안녕하세요 여러분, Tony입니다. Hello everyone, it's Tony. So in one of my more recent videos, I got a lot of requests from, I would only assume Agase, because they were recommending to me Youngjae's Lonely. And in particular, we're going to be checking out his live performance of it. And following that, we're going to check out, hopefully, his interview. Hopefully he doesn't get copyright blocked, but we're going to try our best to work our way around that. And with that being said, it's been a hot minute since I checked out specifically some GOT7 in particular. I've been so busy this past March with actually all of Jackson's in particular project. There's so many solo projects since they all left JYP. We're getting more releases in particular than I think JYP released for GOT7 in a full year. It's absolutely crazy. It's mind-blowing, and I'm definitely all for it though. There's a lot of GOT7 and I'm so happy for it. But with that being said, they did previously release Encore, which was an amazing kind of like heartfelt, not farewell, but like see you soon type of song for from GOT7. So if you want to check that out, if you want to check out my reaction to any of the Jackson stuff that got released this past month, if you want to check out my reaction to Youngjae signing on to Higher One Music, I believe it was Higher One Music, and then also to Mark Twain releasing his own song and stuff. He has a new merch line, by the way, too. Congrats on him for that. And then obviously I think to come will be like Bam Bam, who is doing a lot of modeling right now, but it has plans for music. And then obviously we have Youngjae, and Youngjae signed with Sublime Artist Agency, so congrats to him. And with that being said, if you want to check out any of that, what I just said, it'll be all found in the GOT7 plays down description box below. Hopefully check out a video. But with that being said, I don't know what to expect, but people have been hyping this up for me, so I'm excited. Let's get into it. Okay. I like it. It has kind of like some old school kind of like R&B vibes. Okay. Lonely by Youngjae. So if I recall correctly, he wrote this song too, and I believe particularly maybe helped compose. So I'm excited. Let's see if there's some subtitles I can get. Yeah, English subtitles. All right. Ooh, you can tell he's singing live too, because you can tell it over top of the track, but he has a very nice, smooth, airy voice, and that's what I really enjoyed from him in GOT7. Like GOT7 in particular, I'm still very new to the whole like GOT7 world, but I can definitely tell that Youngjae, I can recall Youngjae's vocals, and they are There's no answer where it's going. Okay, so he's supposed to be a main vocalist, but yo, man can rap. Man can do some rhymes. All right. I need the answer. No, actually, I don't know anything now. I like that. Do-do-do. Oh, that was a nice transition. Boom, boom. Ooh. His voice is just so like calming. It's so smooth. It's beautiful. It's very unique too, because it has like almost like this monotone like tone to it, but it has like a bit of like something behind it. It's very interesting. Every day. I like how it's like wait. It's like, I love that. So it's him in particular, because in GOT7 tracks, there's always this one voice that I recognize, and now it's coming back to me. Now I know, because him reaching the high note, there's this particular kind of like airiness, but like almost like nasally part to his voice that I recognize. It's the most unique voice that I like. I recognize it right away. He has such a unique voice. My room is sinking into the deep ocean. Yeah. Oh, I love the contrast. You make me lonely. You make me lonely. Yo, the high notes. You make me lonely. I like the contrast too because he's kind of like really going at it. He's like kind of like just like really putting his heart out on his sleeve, but then and it's like really kind of like intense almost. But then there's this like lightness because of this like high note section. Oh, that's the way it is. I don't understand. He has a cool like tempo to his singing too. I love how like when he's like really putting his heart out at the end of this like verse line every time there's like the boom. I love the transition. Stop pretending like you know me. You can see him, he's like almost the verge of tears. Just for a moment. Left alone. Boom. I love that. I love that. I love it. It's like that. It's so simple, but it really sets the mood. It's like, it's like weighty. Back to me, but I just take it, close my eyes. Yeah, you can see it like even there. I think like he kind of like did a semi voice crack, but you can just see all the emotion that are running through him right now. He's on the verge of crying. You can see how much he's into this performance. Like I love the background vocals too. Really enjoy the background vocals because they really push forward his voice. Yeah. You make me lonely, yeah. You make me lonely, that deeper bass, boom. You can tell like something kind of very serious is coming now, a little bit darker. Yeah, his vocal control is so like you would think that like that in particular is kind of like going over the like he's kind of like really like kind of making his voice like crackle a bit, but I think that it just adds a bit of like how like really like the sincerity of the song. His vocals are nuts. Like it's almost like he's like shouting for like attention, kind of like looking for something, because he's saying like in the song he's like he's lonely. I'm like shouting, reaching out to somebody. Like this is a message, like an SOS almost. No. Full of green, an open full of green. That's most likely a reference to GOT7 Agase, because like if I recall correctly, the fandom color is green. It's up with an open full of green. So I think this is a reference to Agase, or GOT7 at least. And you can feel it, like the boom boom, like how the bass is coming out. It feels like almost like a heartbeat, like how he feels. That was a beautiful performance. Oh, and we have an ad. So all right, just because I'm afraid there's the possibility of this getting a copyright, because usually interviews in particular get copyright blocks, I'm just doing it like this. But obviously you can check it out on the actual Elle Korea YouTube video. You can just type up Lonely and then Youngjae Lonely, it'll come up, and this will be the part. I just want to check out this music at the interview, because I have a feeling he's going to give us a bit of in-depth look at the entire thing.
네, 안녕하세요. 영재입니다. 이번에 엘레 스테이지에서는 저의 자작곡인 론리라는 노래를 부르게 되었습니다. 네. 일단 이 노래는 제가 느꼈던 감정들을 썼던 거고, 비발음의 곡입니다. 진짜 이렇게 풀로 공개하는 거는 완전 처음인 곡이에요.
Okay, so he did write about his and like he's saying that you may think of maybe thinking, what is this
노래야라고 하실
song?
수 있겠지만 그냥 한 소절은
But you
들어봤을
must
거예요.
have heard one part.
외로움과 공허함이
Would loneliness and
비슷한가요?
emptiness be similar?
저는 약간 공허함에 초점을 더
Okay, so he did like think about that idea of like emptiness, and that explains why he says like my heart opens with full of green kind of.
둔 것 같아요. 뭔가 혼자
With the stress outside.
밖에서 받은 뭔가 스트레스라든지 타인의 시선들이 눈치를
For
보다가
others'
그때 당시에는 그냥 이제 아 하고
Okay, so it's
넘어갔지만
really about like his own
집에
life.
와서 그냥 이렇게 가만히 앉아서 생각해 보니까 너무 공허하고 나 자신을
Just wanted to
그냥
accept myself.
그대로 받아들이고 살고 싶었던 거죠, 그냥. 네.
As you should, by the way, as you should.
결국에는 이 가사의 마지막이 초록빛 바다색으로 내 마음이 전부 채워진다는
Oh, okay, that's
그게
just
그냥 저는 이제 팬들을
Okay, so hey, I got it on the first try. That's a good sign of a lyricist right there. If you can get the message through right away, that's a good sign of a lyricist. My man.
말한 거예요. 왜냐면 팬들
The color of the fans is okay. So I'm right.
스트레스를 주게 하는 사람들을 생각하지 말고 그냥
Just think
지금
about
너
those
옆에서 너와 같이
who are
따뜻하게 잘
warm
지내고
towards you.
있는 그런 분들을
Next to you.
생각하면서 우울한 마음보다는 따뜻한
Fill my heart
마음으로
with the warmth rather than
자기를
depressing
채워라
things.
라는 메시지를 전달하고
That's
싶습니다.
the message I want to deliver.
좋아하는 구절은
Favorite part of the lyrics.
깊은 바닷속으로 내 방이 전부 가라.
His favorite part of the lyrics is my room is sinking into a deep ocean. Interesting. Deep ocean of green, which means that like his in everything is kind of sinking. But I don't know if that's the reference. We'll keep on.
라는 게 딱 그때의
Because that was
이미지가
so
너무
vivid
떠올라요.
as an image.
이 캔들 하나 펴놓고
True.
진짜 막
I crawl to the end of the
기어가는
world.
거예요. 그러니까 딱
That's the
그거를
sentence that depicts
뭔가
that moment.
잘 표현해준 문장인 것 같아서 그게 너무 좋고 원래 다 그러잖아요. 자기가 하고 자기가 마음에 들고 내가 잘하면 내 탓, 내가 못하면 남 탓. 들으셨던 것처럼 공감할 수 있는 부분에
What was it? Oh, reason why he focused on the lyrics.
가사를 쓰고 싶었고
I wanted to write lyrics that people can relate.
시적인 문장들도
There were
있고
poetic sentences too.
일상생활에서 되게
for the right
공감할
lyrics.
수 있는 그런 가사들로
I can relate to daily
쓰려고요.
lives.
가사에
Okay. I set the track and the sound according to the lyrics.
쓰레기라도
I like that. I like how he had an idea in mind because if like you don't know, sometimes in production in like musical producing, what happens is that the beat comes first and then the lyrics will come after, and then they kind of like make it so that it fits into that. Here, because he did the whole thing himself, he was able to do lyrics first then song, and that really makes it a lot more kind of like molded to the actual lyrics itself, and I really appreciate that.
든지 사운드라든지 이런 걸 되게 설정을 많이 했거든요. 솔직히 제가 느끼는 게 여러분들도 느낄 수 있는 거잖아요. 그걸 누군가가 한 번 더 말해주면
Sing it out
약간
loud.
더 와닿는
comforted.
것처럼 그렇게
True.
다가가고 싶어요.
So that's how I want to approach.
제 장점을 더 살릴 수 있는
Youngjae, as
것들을
I want to
하고
do something
싶고,
that can bring my
더
strength
다가가고,
out.
그리고 하고 싶은 것들을
I'm
차차
trying more things I want to do later.
맞아요. 저 신인이에요. 일단 최영재와 영재는 좀
Okay, so they're asking us like, what's the difference between ours, Youngjae, and Choi Youngjae? And he's thinking that they're all the same.
아르스라는 아이는
And okay, so ours is different. Ours is like a persona.
이거는 그냥 진짜 작사 작곡할 때만 언급.
Okay, so ours, I guess I'm not too familiar with Jay's work, so Youngjae's work, so I'm not too sure about this ours persona, but I guess it's like a ghostwriter to an extent, maybe.
하고 영재라는 거는
It's my real name as well as my
활동명이면서
nickname for the
본명인데
work.
너 노래하고 춤추고 뭐 연기하고
But he's
이런
the same.
것뿐이지 똑같고
He's like, I just act, I just sing, I just dance. That's a lot.
이 아이는 조금 약간 좀 이상하네.
Whereas ours is a weird kid.
좀
Very special.
4차원적인 생각을 많이 하는 그런 것 같아요. 지금은 이제 하나하나
Trying to
어긋나 있던
get the misfit puzzle
퍼즐들을
pieces
조금씩
제대로
제대로 맞추려고
back
하는
together
것
one by one.
이제는 뭔가 좀 여유를
그리고
가지고
slow now.
하려고요. 급하게 하면 사람이 될 것도 안 된다고. 여러분들 실수해도 돼요. 나는 안 돼. 이러면 안 되지. 나도 되고 여러분들도 돼요.
You can. We can both make mistakes.
배우는 단계고 점점 나아지면
We need to
되는
get
거죠.
better.
누가 다 완벽해.
No one is perfect.
저를
True.
이렇게 다시 리프레시
I'm in the
하는
process of refreshing
과정인 것
myself.
같아요.
Okay, okay, okay.
사실
When
좋아하던
your
게
favorite
일이
thing
되면
becomes your profession,
싫어질 때가
you
많잖아요.
often hate it. That is very true. That is very, very true. When something that like became your hobby, you'll find things that like become annoying and everything. So I like how he's bringing certain things up, like with his experience, and like it's actually very relatable what he's saying. It's not just like, you know, it's like, oh, you know, like be kind to others as you should. Like it's great stuff to live by, but like sometimes it just sounds like it's very like copy pasted. Here he's being very authentic, I find.
포기할 때도 많고 지칠 때도 많은데 일을 한다는 생각보다는 좀 배우러 간다는 생각이
And
들어요.
I
이제.
feel more like learning than working. Youngjae, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. I do apologize for having to do that. I just feel like there's a chance that the video might get copyright blocked, and I don't want that to happen because I do want to share this with everybody. Absolutely loved the interview. It actually really gave a bit more in-depth look at like his idea, his thought process for the actual song itself by Lonely, and then just general life and everything, and see how he's going, like, you know, following up since the, you know, GOT7 went their separate ways for now. Really loved the song actually. Lonely, really special, especially with the lyrics, especially with all the like the fact that he did everything himself. Very beautiful song, and I'm very happy that it was recommended. So thank you again to all the akases, I'm assuming, who recommended to me. Thank you so much. And if you guys do have any other recommendations for any GOT7, anything else, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to check them out as quickly as possible. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. 감사합니다. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, or something you want to talk, feel free to leave in the comment section below, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. With that being said, guys, I've been Tony. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video. 안녕.